Alright, so today we're going to start up extra mode. The way that I'm going to handle it is I'm going to complete one level per stream. So, like, this stream we will complete Cookie Country. Next stream we would complete, what's it called, Raisin Ruins. I feel the need that we don't need to watch through all the cutscenes again, because we did that in story mode, so I see no reason to do it again in extra mode. So yeah. We're just gonna do one level per stream, and it's going to be a much more casual experience compared to the episodic nature of story mode. So yeah. So I guess for those who we know this, I guess for those who don't know or haven't noticed yet, we have a crackler for one. Oh, I didn't want to use it. Wait, we have all of the same souvenir items from before? Oh! I thought they would have changed. Or that we wouldn't have them and we'd have to start back from scratch. Oh, that's good, though. Cool, we have all of our stuff back. Anyway, oh, well, yeah. Like I was saying, for those who just, haven't noticed yet, oh, I defeated the first Waddle Dee. Technically, it's not the first Waddle Dee. Because this is, not the first Waddle Dee of the game, it's just the first Waddle Dee of the mode. So, technically, I didn't defeat the first Waddle Dee. But yeah, in case you haven't already tell, or in case you couldn't already tell, extra mode is essentially just, it's essentially just story mode again, except, clearly the enemies are larger. There are more of them, I believe, and this is a great time to point out. The point stars have a slightly different design. Instead of being completely solid like they are in the icon in the top left, they are just an outline of a star instead of being, completely solid. So yeah, some enemies are larger. I believe there are more of them in extra mode. So you will find more enemies as you go along your journey. I don't want fire, I want sword. And they can be larger as well. So basically saying, what the heck? Oh, right, the Phantoscarfies. I actually still don't know what y'all's actual name is. But, well, that's a good example of there are more enemies, and not just, the same enemies from story mode, but resized. And I guess technically they're not just resized, because they also have more HP than the regular sized enemies. Oh, I guess oh! And apparently 1-ups have crowns on them now. So that's cool. I didn't know that. I'll take that, though. So it will definitely be much more difficult to get to max lives in extra mode, but I still want to do it, mainly because I think that's just neat. Yeah, sure, I'll grab these. Alrighty. Just give me 1 second. I should probably check something. Have I not been recording this whole time? Wait a minute. Oh, that scares me. Wait. Stop. Okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. Oh, even the Ultra enemies, I guess Super enemies technically, are larger. That seems like a different animation for Ultra Sword, but I might just be crazy. Actually, on the topic of Ultra Sword, I actually found out recently... Oh, that's fun. Oh, I'm almost dead. That's great. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. There are also less health items. Like, I think there was a cherry somewhere in that in that sequence that we just did in the cave in story mode, but it is not there in extra mode. So there are, oh, well, that's good. That just appeared, though. So on top of there being more enemies, and they are also stronger, there are also less health items. So that is cool. But what was the thing I was saying before? Oh yeah, on the topic of Ultra Sword. I did find out, do the walls move faster? Oh, that's weird. They also don't get knocked back nearly as much as before, so that's cool. What was I saying? Actually, let's send this over here. Yeah, just... I found out that, the Kirby Wiki actually documented that, you do actually move faster with super abilities. I remember I had that question close to the beginning of story mode, and now I know for absolute sure that, you do move faster. Because, like, I could tell, you know? And it's like I was explaining in story mode, how it's not... Oh, yeah, that point star that was just right there used to be a health item in story mode. Look at that. Oh! Does it just have more HP? I hope so. Also, the health bars look slightly different. I believe in story mode they're completely purple, and now they have, more coloration to them. So, like, at the end, oh, what the heck? Is that a black hole? What is that? There are so many things about extra mode I don't know. I can't tell. That is a black hole. It's just not as strong as Magolor's, I guess. I thought it was, but it's not. Okay, I need to remember I have less health. Almost jumped straight into that black hole. That would have not been fun. Oh, well, there's a cherry there, so that's fun. So yeah, you do actually move faster with super abilities. And like I had said before, I could tell because it wasn't like that stark contrast when using speed shoes in Kirby Fighters 2, but it was still just enough for me to notice. So I was still able to pick up on it. Okay, now the only thing that's on my mind is that, I'm recording, so thankfully I actually have this file. This file is still being pushed to my computer, but I don't think the stream is being pushed to Twitch. So I might need to take a minute to check that out. No, OBS says it's connected. Oh, you did not put the... Oh, you're kidding. Oh, that's terrifying. Change this. No, stop. I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm gonna start crying. No, dude. Okay. I legit cannot tell. Let me check my phone. I really wanted to just go through extra mode and, like, have fun, but now I feel like I'm having to worry about if the stream is actually up, which is not what I care about. Okay, my phone says I'm live, and I've been live for 10 minutes, so that's good. Is my microphone working? It should... I hate when OBS acts up. I hate this. Because why is the Twitch VOD track on track 2? That's so stupid. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I hate Twitch. Okay. I don't hate Twitch. I'm just very upset at the events that transpired. But it's fine. What other changes have been made to extra mode compared to story mode? Well, I guess you can also tell, Kirby has half the health that he had in story mode, so it is very easy to game over. Well, I won't say game over, I'll just say lose a life in extra mode compared to story mode, so it's definitely harder, in that respect. So I think that's all of the changes, I believe. I don't think any of the actual level design changes. This is a cutscene. We don't have to watch this. I don't believe any of the actual level design is changed from story mode. I think it's just Kirby has half health. Enemies are... most enemies are resized and there are more of them. And there are less health drops throughout the game. I think that's it. And then, obviously, as you saw at the Sphere Doomer EX, there are, well, EX forms of enemies. Well, not enemies, but bosses. So, we will see those as we go on. I think, who is it? Dragon Edge appears somewhere in this stage. So we will definitely see, him as another good example. I already talked about the health bars because for some reason they look different. Although it looks cool, I won't lie. I didn't expect for the health bars of all things to be changed, but they are. And yeah, I think that's like a good overview of things that have changed from story mode to extra mode. And there might be more things that I will discover as we go on. The main thing that I'm noticing, especially when I have low health, of course, is the fact that, yeah, except for, I guess, the rare times when enemies drop them, like just then, that there are less health drops. I think the way that it works is if it didn't spawn from an enemy, and it was, like, actually a part of the level design. So, like, the level designers put that in the level design. They placed the food item. I think those are no longer in extra mode. I think that's what it is. But enemies can still have the occasional drop of food. So I think that's how it works for certain. So, yeah. Besides that, though, Kirby plays literally exactly the same. All of the copy abilities are exactly the same. And I think nothing else changes. Like I said, none of the level design changes, so the levels will be the exact same as you remember them. Just, it's really just... Ooh, I'm glad those bananas respawn. It's literally just the difficulty. And that is about it. They just changed the difficulty ever so slightly. Because, I'm gonna keep Needle. Go, please. And, that happened in story mode. I was hoping I'd get it. Oh, yeah, and there's Dragon Edge EX. Yeah, so, he is now bronze instead of green. And I believe he also has... Well, yeah, all of the EX forms of bosses, have more attacks than their non-EX versions. Apparently not more HP, though. Oh, shoot, what the heck? So, yeah. They have more attacks. Can I not hit this? Oh, I was about to say, what? More attacks, not the same HP. No, they do have the same HP. So I guess they literally just have different attacks, and then also a different appearance, of course. So yeah. A lot of, very, very minor things that HAL Laboratory was able to change, and all of this, I believe, was the same in the Wii version as well, so this is not just exclusive to the Switch version. Although I guess I wouldn't know, because I never beat story mode in the Wii version. But, yeah. I think it's just like a lot of minor, kind of artificial things. You know, just, like literally change Kirby's health, change some enemy placement and size, and I guess in tandem HP. Change some bosses around with their EX versions, and boom, that's basically it. So yeah. Besides that, like, that's literally extra mode. It is the same exact adventure as you remember it, just a little bit harder. And I guess it is different from the quote-unquote extra modes of the past. Because, I mean, you know, in Triple Deluxe, you had D2D Tour, and Meta Nightmare, and in Planet Robobot, you had Meta Nightmare Returns. In Star Allies, you had Guest Star Mode, and in Forgotten Land, you had Forgo Dreams. So, it is just like a little... I think the closest that we've ever gotten to an extra mode of the Return to Dreamland style was probably Forgo Dreams and Forgotten Land. Because in D2D Tour and Meta Nightmare Returns, instead of playing through the entire game again, like with the same exact collectibles, and they didn't change level no. I mean, I guess no, they didn't change level design for any of them besides Guest Star Mode when you play it as a Dream Friend. So, I guess, Guest Star Mode is probably the best example of an extra mode that we've ever gotten, at least in the reformed Kirby era. But, yeah, I mean, none of the level design changed. Do I need beam? No, I don't. Because I can probably do this and that. Yeah, that'll work. Like I said, none of the level design changed in D2D Tour and... Can I just kill you? Oh, wow, that's way easier. I assume all of the, like, the Phantoscarfies. I'm just gonna call them... Oh, hey. I'm just gonna call them Phantoscarfies because I don't know what their official name is right now. But future me probably fixed that in the, Oh, that's definitely changed. I don't feel... Well, Shatsos, I guess, are larger. You respawn. Wow. I guess it makes sense that Shatsos are larger because they do count as enemies, not stage hazards. But, because I think Future Self might have changed, or, like, notified the audience, like, hey, this is what the Phantoscarfies are actually called. But I don't know. No! Okay, that's embarrassing. Cool. Probably should have just used, well, I guess I can't figure it out now because I don't have Spark anymore. Whatever the laser is, whenever you shake the controller. Probably could have used that to get rid of those star blocks and make the Shatsos fall. But, oh, you do keep the energy sphere, though. That's really good. I think that's a change that they made in Deluxe that was not in Wii. So, cool. We love that. But yeah, back to what I was saying about extra modes. In D2D Tour and Meta Nightmare Returns, I think... Well, no, I remember. They were just the shortened versions of the main games. So, like, it would be... Like, you would have sections from different stages throughout the game, but it would not be like it is in extra mode. Are you faster? What? That does not feel like the same speed it was before. Go! Kirby, what are you doing? I'm getting dusted. Dude, it's gonna die. No, please, no, please, please, no. Ooh. Okay, I think the, and I don't know what those enemies are called either. I think they're called Monkey D's. They're probably not, and I just say that they're Monkey D's because they resemble the nature of Waddle Dees, and, they look like monkeys. So, I am going to... Do I want to save Festival? Nah, because... Actually, yes, I'm saving Festival. Screw this. But, yeah, extra modes. Wow, I've gotten a 1 on this, like, every time. I probably just jinxed myself saying that, but that's okay. In those truncated versions of the game, like, you had chunks from the game. Like, it was never like it is in extra mode. It's literally the same exact game again, just a little bit harder. You would just get specific sections from levels. I'm sure that with such great level design from Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, it was probably what HAL Laboratory thought was, like, the best of from each from each level. So that's probably what it was more so. It was really just like a best of compilation for all of the, for each level in the game. And that's what they did for DDD Tour and then A Nightmare Returns. So there is that. With guest star mode, you kind of had collectible... Well, did you collect... No. Because you never had a reason to collect sunstones or code cubes in the 3DS extra modes. Also, I guess I will just go ahead and check the Howl Room, because why not? We know where they are now. So, the sunstones and the code cubes were never in there. But with Star Allies... What music is this? Oh, it's just an instrumentation of Green Greens. Okay, cool. With Star Allies, it's crazy. This is what I choose to use Festival on, but sure. That will break the star... Yeah, okay. I was like, that's a much quicker way of doing it, so why not? Also, well, in a bit of a tangent, I'll talk about this later. This is a great copy ability. It does not act in comparison to this one, though, so I will be using this one more often than Mecha. Anyway, I will talk about that in a little bit, but about the extra modes again. So, in Star Allies, it was closer to what extra mode is in Return to Dreamland, because you did have the, I don't remember what they were actually called in Star Allies, but I just remember them as the status hearts. The hearts that raised your attack, health, and speed, normally in the place where you would find the rainbow puzzle pieces, or... No, the switches were still in guest star mode, so I guess where you would find, oh, and you can still get stamp tickets in extra mode. That's really cool. So you basically get double the stamp tickets for playing through extra mode, compared to just, relying on the ones from story mode, so that's pretty cool. Although I guess the stamp rallies go on forever, maybe, because we have all the masks, I think. Except for all the ones that, like... Well, no! We have all the masks! Because, like, you do missions, and I was gonna say, oh, maybe you get some for doing, like, all the missions and all the sub-games or whatever. I still haven't done them all. So let's not talk about it right now. We're in a very strange state with the series timeline. So I was thinking that, like, maybe we would get one more for doing, like, everything, but no, I don't think we do. I think we have all the masks now. So I guess we're just getting more items, I guess, and more random copy essences, which I guess could still be useful. Those could actually be really useful for extra mode. Like, just useful in a pinch, I guess. So I'm definitely going to take that for what it's worth, and not going to squander that. But, yeah. Although... I'm trying to remember things. But yeah, I guess it is just... Thanks for that. I think it is just cool that we still get, basically, another set of stamp tickets. It's pretty neat. Anyway, about guest star mode. Yeah, we would have... There were these status hearts, and that was probably the closest thing to, like, collecting, well, collectibles in an extra mode. They just weren't in the main game, of course, because we had the rainbow puzzle pieces instead. So yeah. And I guess in Forgo Dreams, that was also pretty close, along with guest star mode, because we had the pieces of Leon's soul. That was pretty comparable to the status hearts and the, I guess I'll say, extra energy spheres. I'm basically just gonna give everything in this mode an extra prefix, because technically it is not the same as it was in story mode. This is technically a new adventure, which I think I will get into. I'll talk about that lore eventually. I could probably save that for a conversation next stream, while I'm just, like, running through these areas again. Although I guess some of it might contain spoilers, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So those two are probably the closest to this, because you were still collecting status hearts and pieces of Leon's soul. Although they were still truncated versions of the main game, so they aren't like nothing is really like extra mode from Return to Dreamland, and I think that's really cool because I mean, like I said, oh, that was a poor mistake. That'll work. We're acting on the fly right now. Oh, that's but like I said at the end of story mode, I love how this game keeps giving me unique experiences, unique 2D Kirby experiences that I thought I would never have anymore, because like, well, anymore in quotes, because I've played all of the modern 2D Kirby games, besides Return to Dreamland, back when, actually, hold on, I'm kind of getting a little too reckless right now, at least back when I started the game, so yeah, I thought, like, the only experiences I would get would be the ones from all of the older, 2D Kirby games that I still haven't played. Like, I'm still playing through Amazing Mirror right now, since it just came to NSO, a while back, and, like, I still have to play, I guess all the flagship games, really. I say all of them, they made two. Like, all of, like, the games that were made in the flagship era. So, like, Mass Attack, Squeak Squad, Canvas Curse, you know, games like that. And I still haven't played, like, a lot of the older ones. Like, I'm playing through Dreamland, I'm playing through Dreamland 2, I'm playing through the entire Dreamland trilogy right now. Which is weird, because I could be playing through the games in chronological order, but I'm not. I'm playing all of them, like, in very scattered, like, in a very scattered fashion. Like, I started, Dreamland 1 when it came to NSO. I started Dreamland 3, like, years ago. I just have not come back to it in a long time. I mean, what else? Oh, hey, that's all the energy seeds for level 1, cool. Oh, and I guess we still don't get the notifications from Agalore when things open up the lore, because I assume they're like, oh, you know when it happens, or you'll just go check it out when it does happen. What's probably best for this? I might want to attack him from a distance. I gotta keep in mind that the bosses are stronger. And I guess technically, we did already see Wispy Woods EX, because he was in episode 4- when we had the option to battle Wispy Woods EX. So we technically have already seen him, but, you know, actually have to fight him for real this time. And I guess in a way, we do get that kind of practice for what's soon to come. He drops Gordos, I know he does. Yeah, I knew it. That's also just a very wispy thing to do. Gotta remember I can guard. That's really useful. This is probably going to be most of my attack, honestly. Are those, like, poison apples? Or apple bombs? They look like... Oh, I need that. Please don't make that go away. They look like apples that, like, Iggy Woods would drop. Like his cherries. I guess they're just cherry-colored in that case. Run. I guess I can still damage him. And kind of protect myself. Spark Barrier is really good at acting as a shield and also as a form of damage. It's real good. You didn't die. Please do. Like, Spark actually is probably really good. Like, almost as good as Sand, in a way. Sand has a lot of damage output, but Spark just has really good application for a lot of wide varieties of situations. And I think that's what's good about Spark. But yeah. Anyway, back to the extra modes, because that was, like, the thing that I had started talking about at, like, the very beginning of the stream. So, like... Yeah. There's really been nothing like, extra mode from Return to Dreamland. Like, DDD Tour and Meta Nightmare Returns were very one and the same, as Turbo Deluxe and Planet Robobot were, at least in terms of level design, though we can obviously tell they're drastically different. I guess we don't have to watch this because we've already watched this once. So those function very similarly in being shortened versions of the game. And can I skip this too? Nope, I have to mash the A button. That's cool. And yeah, we have to re-unlock the ability rooms. And the y'all, I forgot. I have to do the challenge stages again. But now, the point values are going to be harder. Because that's the thing that I found out when I found out that there were platinum medals in the first place. There are higher values in extra mode. That's garbage. I'm going to be playing this game for like the rest of my life. That's real cool. It's real cool. I'm never going to get all these platinum medals. Oh my lord. Oh, that hurts. Anyway. I mean, I don't know why I'm coming over here. It's not like I'm about to do this right now. I actually need to wrap up the stream now. Which is great that it was only half an hour long, because now I can spend time trying to figure out tech issues. Because we love OBS. It's fine though. OBS is actually a very good actually very good software for literally doing anything on the internet. YouTube, Twitch, other media platforms, but yeah. Anyway, wrapping up that conversation that I started. DDD Torment and Nightmare Returns are shortened versions of the game, but they are very like speedrun-esque. Guest star mode is probably one of the most. It's probably the most. It has the most variety because you do get the new level design when you play as Dream Friends. That's where most of the variety comes from. And you know, the status hearts really add to kind of like a Metroidvania type feel to a truncated version of a main mode of a Kirby game. And Forgo Dreams is absolutely the most unique because it's, well, for one, it's baked into the main game. It adds a story and gives cohesion to the story, as a matter of fact. And still manages to do new things and add little bits and bobs that weren't there in the original game to the harder version of the game in Forgo Dreams. And it offers a lot of, like, it keeps you coming back, kind of like I said in my Let's Play, especially when you want to find all the pieces of Leon's soul. But extra mode in Return to Dreamland is probably... Well, I said Forgo Dreams was the most unique, but this one kind of is in a way as well, because we haven't seen, or at least in the modern Kirby games, we haven't seen literally playing through the entire game again, but slightly more difficult. So yeah. And some people might say that's really just a rehash and it's kind of lazy. I actually kind of like the fact that they kind of went in and retooled very small things. It's kind of like how Extreme Mode is in Sonic Frontiers. I think that's a really good way of comparing it. They don't do a whole lot to change the base game, but what they do implement can make a very can put a very stark twist on an otherwise bland playthrough of the game. Because now I'm paying attention more, because I'm getting hit more, I have less health, and there are more enemies and stronger enemies to keep in mind of. And the bosses definitely make you think twice about your strategy, about what you do. We saw that when I was battling with B-Woods EX. So yeah, I think Extra Mode in Return to Dreamland is really cool, and I'm glad that it's here. And I'm glad that they didn't just drop this and replaced it with the Magolor Epilogue, because I still think that this, not only for preservation's sake, should remain in the game, but I still think that it is a good way of giving Kirby fans a challenge. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today. It was a very short stream. It was only about half an hour long, but considering that later levels will have more stages, more difficult stages, and energy spheres that are more difficult to collect, I think it's still valid to have one level per stream. Because I guess it really is just it's kind of, at least near the beginning, it's going to be like the regular episodes, because I would normally do 2 to 3 stages per episode. But now this is going to be like, what, like 5 minimum? So yeah, I think that's pretty neat. So, yeah, that's going to do it for today. And in the next stream that I will actually probably do in a little bit here, maybe in like 5 or 10 minutes or so, we will be going through level 2 in its entirety. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.